afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Yeah, it's hump day!
Yes, get the camels out.
It's raining. We gotta store that water somewhere.
Yeah, you right.
Full camel humps today, y'all.
We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. It's very rainy here to our Acadiana listeners and viewers. And elsewhere, I think you guys are getting some showers too across our country, especially in this region.
Look, Dezio joining in early. He says, let's go, fellas. Bust into this show with the same speed and intensity as that storm band that just passed through.
We ain't scared. Let's go.
That's what's up.
Got our rain suit on. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. I want to see you. I want to hear you. I want to see your chats on rumble.com. Just look up the Josh Guillory Show. It's so easy. We don't even charge for it.
And we've got a special thing going on this week.
Uh-oh.
If you go into Rumble, give us a little follow and check in there during the week. We're going to put a little code in there. And then Friday, we're going to ask y'all what that code is.
Oh, all right.
So,
little giveaway?
Little giveaway. You get you a little flag
Oh,
kit,
yeah, that's right.
And a couple of Josh Guillory Show koozies.
Hey, man, there you go.
Oh, a nice American flag kit, too. You mount that on the wall of your house there. Come out there. It'll look good.
I love it. Hey, get you some of that. All right, so let's start off the show. Serious note. As many of you guys have seen or heard today, there was a shooting earlier at the ICE field office in Dallas. 2 detainees were killed. One is still in serious condition, is my understanding. The shooter has been identified as 29-year-old Joshua Jan, whatever, Jahn.
Killer.
Yeah, he killed himself in such a brave act. Shot 3 people, killed himself afterwards. He opened fire from a rooftop near the building. Authorities say the killer fired indiscriminately into the entire facility, including at a van where the detainees were being moved. Now, for being anti-ICE, all you did was kill detainees. Wow. So the 3 victims were in the country illegally and were being processed for transfer to a long-term detention facility. Shell casings found at the scene had messages written on them. That's the thing now for the extreme left. And they said anti-ICE on the casings. The FBI is investigating this as an act of targeted violence. Yeah, I'd say so. No ICE officers or law enforcement personnel were hurt, thankfully, but bullets were found throughout the building. I mean, pretty much just a spray. Texas Governor Greg Abbott wasted no time. He said the attack was horrific, and he made clear that the immigration enforcement in his state will continue without interruption. So that's the update so far that I have. We have the screens up. If we see something, we will certainly tell you. Now, Fox News is reporting 1 detainee's dead and 2 hospitalized, so I could have been off on that. And if so,
I've seen conflicting reports.
Yeah.
I saw an update that said 2.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
But we do know 3.
Days.
We do know 3 detainees were hit.
Yeah, and we do know that more people are dead than need to be today.
Yeah, man.
This is insanity. And what
do you expect, though? The rhetoric that comes from the left, unapologetic, they got blood on their hands.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Seriously, what's happening?
You have a group of people that can regulate their emotions, and then you have a group of people that can't regulate their emotions. And unfortunately, about 98% of that group that can't regulate their emotions, unfortunately, follow extreme left Marxist communistic mentalities. So you compete that mentality with ego and a purpose. Maybe this is their purpose, but you get full cover from the news and media. You get full, not necessarily cover, you get full gasoline on that fire from the media. You get full gasoline on that fire from Democrat leadership. And this is one where it is squarely on the Democrat Party. I mean, I'm all about keeping consistencies. Look, we're about to talk about maybe a government shutdown. I might be calling out my fellow Republicans. Okay, all right. We want to talk about fiscal habits, but anyway, but this is not one. This is on the Democrat leadership and the media. They got blood on their hands.
A little bit early on the Will Cain show, they popped up something on the screen and said, "Imagine a Democratic administration, and imagine that a right-wing activist had just killed one of the major leftists." Ideologue, whoever.
Cities burned.
Like their equivalent of Charlie. Imagine what would have happened.
Cities burned.
If that happened.
Protests, cities burned, government shutdowns, private business probably looted. Oh, it'd been
pandemonium.
Absolutely. And if it was the right person and the right network of folks, it could be even crazier. Some causes come with bigger firepower.
Who knows?
Yeah. But there's no answer to this. I mean, I will tell you this. I don't know the answer. I don't know how to stop it, but I sure as heck know how to stop encouraging it. And I'm going to post something tonight. I'm going to pull some quotes. I want you to look at my look at my personal Facebook page tonight. Josh Gill, not my personal, it's my page one.
Josh Guillory.
Yeah, Josh Guillory, very unique. But go look at Josh.
We tried.
Yeah, they did, man. But the content is way more exciting than the name of the page. But go look at it. Check it out. I'm going to post it tonight, later in the evening. I'm going to give some examples of what I'm talking about, okay? Plenty of leadership. And this starts way back. I know it started in President Trump's first term. I don't know if it started before then, but when Democrat leaders on the Hill would say, "Go disrupt them in the restaurants, go to their houses, go to their streets," protest at their social clubs, just make their life miserable, that kind of stuff.
Well, you remember Maxine?
And that's who I was referring to.
Maxine Waters, you remember her?
I do.
She was one of the main ones pushing that.
Absolutely.
And, unapologetically.
Mm-mm.
And where is she
Democracy.
now? She's still in...
Get our voice heard.
But they blame us for
She might
everything.
be fun to hang out with. You never know.
Everything is Trump's fault.
Yeah.
You notice that? Like, Trump's the root of all evil in the world, yet y'all are the ones going around killing people, setting stuff.
Same thing with the wars. The only president that didn't get us into a war or prolong, is Trump. Thank you.
Talk about a boondoggle.
And they blame that on Trump. Joe Biden, as the VP would refer. Former VP. That's them. I mean, that's their MO. They even blame Trump for their own handling of Afghanistan.
Fighting for the soul of America.
Come closer.
Soul of... Smells like a child.
Be right back, guys. Stick around. He's not showing his face right now because it's really red. He's mad at me. Mad because I was talking in the hallway. It's my fault. I was excited. Mm-hmm. We have such good teammates over here at Town Square. You know, I wanted to tell them hello. All righty. Let's get back to backing, huh? Let's get back to getting, should I say. All right, guys. Switch gears a little bit. Google. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Let's elaborate. This is an article from Daily Mail's John Michael Rosh, and he's reporting that Google, and yesterday we kind of speculated. Well, this report saying that Google, they went ahead and admitted it. You likely saw that, or maybe you heard about that. We already knew that what they admitted to under President Biden, the White House pressured them to censor Americans. We covered that extensively when they were doing it. Our Attorney General fought the former president on that. I thought she did a great job. It didn't go our way in the Supreme Court, but I thought her arguments were very, very, very good. Her and the Missouri AG, I believe it was. But anyway, so under Joe Biden, like I said, White House pressured these guys to censor its own citizens, not to enforce their own rules, by the way. Yeah, and the censorship for Google, it wasn't like, oh, you're violating the Google rules. Nope. It was to silence dissent, and it was blatant. They weren't even hiding it. They did it to shut down political voices they didn't like. And think about the times in which they did it. Talk about trample on people's vulnerabilities. Post-COVID, world was crazy. Part of what they created. Yeah.
But Jimmy Kimmel free speech. Jimmy Kimmel free speech.
Yeah.
They're attacking our freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Hey, Google.
Yeah, Google that.
Listen, Google. I want to make sure when they type stuff in there, when they type stuff in there, it doesn't pop up like that.
Yeah, that could go a lot of places with him on that, but that's okay. You nasty. I was just saying the big guy. What are you thinking? The Judiciary Committee released a letter from Google's own attorneys. It says Biden officials engaged in repeated and sustained outreach to demand content removals. Very free speech-like. I feel so free. We knew this was happening. But look, check this out. Now, this is coming from Google's own lawyers. Names, talk about censoring. Names included Steve Bannon, Sebastian Gorka, Dan Bongino.
Bongino?
Oh, they hit Bongino hard. I think he rebounded very well, but they hit him hard. He was banned from YouTube in 2022. And why? Why was he banned from YouTube? For questioning masks. Very free speech of YouTube, very free speech of the left. Disinformation.
You mean those masks that they later proved didn't do nothing? And then people wearing 3 or 4. Martha Jean had 4 on at one point.
Oh, my gosh.
She's sweating, passing out. I'm dizzy. Yes. I'm dizzy, Jamie. Like, Martha Jean, you can't breathe.
Yeah. And it might have been what you put in your body. But anyway.
Well, yeah. On many fronts.
I'm just saying. Yeah, so they do all this. Google admits it wasn't about policy violation. They're very clear about that. Their attorneys did not mince words. It was about political pressure. Google made that very clear when discussing these facts with the House Committee, Judiciary Committee. Alphabet wrote, now you might ask, what the heck's Alphabet? Parent company. Parent company. So Alphabet wrote that it was unacceptable and wrong, that's the quote, for any government, including Biden's, to dictate how speech is monitored. Then why did you do it? Why did you do it? Well, Political pressure from the president, of course, or his administration. I get it. Might have hurt you with the cool club. I get it. You know, you don't want to go against your own. It's tough. It's tough to do the right thing. But all of this goes past YouTube. This is way more than YouTube, Google, Meta. Remember those guys? Facebook, what's his name?
Zuckerberg.
This goes like to the core. Meta admitted last year that Biden pressured them to censor political posts and throttle the Hunter Biden laptop story. That's old news. That was the first one. I will give it to Zuckerberg. He did a good job.
He didn't want people to see Biden's junk, his toothless stripper pictures. Oh, he was the toothless one, by the way. They had a selfie of him. He was missing some teeth and all sorts of weirdness.
Whoa.
Weirdness on there. But yeah, you want to see Hunter's junk? Apparently, it's on that laptop.
Oh, there's a laptop?
They might have done good to hide that.
That was a national security risk, man. Ooh. They had to. Good job, Google. We're good on that. We're good on that.
Keep that away from the kids.
But yeah, so the Biden administration, I mean, they're open about it. Pressured them to censor the political posts, hide all that stuff about Hunter. Big Tech did the bidding of the Democratic Party while pretending it was about misinformation. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Misinformation. That's how I interpret it. It's like that, misinformation. And now the receipts are coming out, and people are seeing it.
Hey, but Elon was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm just going to buy Twitter and turn that stuff off.
Yeah, and he did good with that. He did good with that, I think.
Well, some won't say he did good, but I mean,
he lets good, bad, or ugly out there. But he had mentioned censoring some stuff too, so he's got to be wise.
But people got over it at this point. You remember how I told you, take TikTok offline. People are going to forget about it.
Yeah. I'm starting to. I've been thinking about your thoughts on that. I think
people was upset when they changed it to X. I was upset.
No,
but it's okay now. We're over it.
But to go back on what we were talking about yesterday, yeah, I have a lot more questions on that deal. But let's see. We were just reporting way more to come out on that on TikTok. But let's go back to this, and you touched on it earlier. Here's the absurdity, okay? You mentioned it. The same elites who cried censorship and First Amendment violations when they don't know the Constitution anyway. When Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by a private company, again, reference to the Constitution, go read it.
Not by the FCC.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So where they were crying all that when he was suspended for mocking Charlie Kirk's death. Well, they're the ones that were demanding big tech censor conservatives. Like, it's the hypocrisy. That's the, I don't know, the best word, just absurdity. Hard to wrap your mind around that. But they loved it when dissent was silenced. When it was convenient for them.
When it's convenient.
Spreading, talking about misinformation. The kings and queens of mistruths, half-truths, and mistruths. All right, guys, stick around. We get back. Oh, it's my favorite time. The phone lines are open, and I want to hear you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in South Louisiana, Acadiana. Also broadcasting live from Rumble. Let me see you over there at Rumble, rumble.com. It's like Rumble in the jungle, but go to the Josh Guillory Show. You can check us out. We want to see your chat. Chat's starting to get fired up. Kill Switch, I see you, man. When the Dems say misinformation, it means they're hiding the truth. Zuckerbucks, got it, bought Hunter Biden new teeth. Come on, Kill Switch. Come on. I see you, Liberty Lover. Joe Biden's lost me. You guys are active, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you for sure. All right, let's go to another little topic here. California.
Here we go.
Yeah. Our friends in California. New York Post Michael Kaplan reports that California's massive, am I saying this right, Ivanpah? Ivanpah. So the Ivanpah solar power plant, that is a pretty big project. Well, it was a pretty big project over there. It was once hailed as the future of green energy. Well, it's shutting down in 2026 after burning through billions and never living up to its promises. Shocker. All right, so let me get this straight. This is a far left Green New Deal type project, that's a fact. A lot of people got paid. Well, yeah, I mean, look, billions. Yeah, and they didn't donate to that to the folks. They didn't give it back to we the people. And when I say we, I mean we, as in you and me. We also paid for the Ivanpah. It cost $2.2 billion to build, and guess what? President Obama's Department of Energy guaranteed $1.6 billion of that with taxpayer money. Well, you're welcome, California, and thanks for, I guess, spending $2.2 billion to do nothing.
You know what this kind of sounds like to me?
Someone got paid?
Carbon capture.
You
know, we're going to spend all this money developing all this technology and this stuff. And guess what? After we spent all this money,
someone got paid.
It ain't going to work. But hey, somebody got millions.
Someone got paid.
Billions.
Helping our economy. helping someone's economy.
Making it rain.
Yeah. Someone's family household GDP is growing. Yes, absolutely.
It's going to play.
Well, at its launch over there in California in 2014, it was the largest solar plant in the world. Oh, leading the charge. This is going to be great. Spread across 5 square miles of desert with 173,500 mirrors aimed at 3 towers, nearly 500 feet tall. It was a Green New Deal masterpiece. The project was supposed to power California into a renewable future. Instead, it produced less energy than promised, needing, oh man, this is priceless, needing natural gas just to keep running, and killed an estimated 6,000 birds every year. Doggone it, hippies. No, actually, I can't say that. I like my hippie friends. Leftists, what did the birds do to you? Killing 6,000. Save the birds. Where's PETA?
No,
where's PETA?
I'm no climate scientist.
I like the birds.
But you said so. How many square feet are these?
Square feet? How about square miles?
5 square miles.
5.
Of desert. And you put mirrors in
almost 174,000 mirrors.
Mirrors. So, and you try to curb global warming.
Mirrors in the desert, yeah.
Seems to me like you just creating a whole lot more heat.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm not a scientist.
So let me get this straight. All right, come on, our scientists out there, give us a call. Hey,
help me.
So you're trying to save the planet. You're killing 6,000 birds that didn't do anything to you. You put almost 174,000 mirrors in a desert.
Mm-hmm.
So you're warming up the planet, you're killing the birds, and you need natural gas just to stay open.
Oh, the Mojave Desert, like AKA the hottest place in our country.
And you need natural gas just to stay running. Hey,
it's like using.
Well, we got a solar farm.
Like burning coal to run a water turbine. Like what?
Yes.
Hello.
Hey man, someone's getting paid, baby. Someone's getting paid. Pay my friends.
I am befuddled.
I am too. My friends in California. I know one special friend in California that's listening. Supposed to be calling in, by the way. How do you feel about this? Because there was mostly American dollars, taxpayer dollars, but large part of it California tax dollars. Guys, how do y'all feel? We got some viewers in California. How do you feel? I mean, I would be like, even if it's like your thing, okay? Seriously, like even like solar power is your thing. And I think there's a place for solar power. I think you should diverse and all that good stuff. But my God, understand what got us here and what's still our dominant energy producer, and that's oil and gas. Like, stop playing around. All right. So, but anyway, let's say that is your thing. You spent at least $1 billion of California tax dollars. Okay, let's say $500 million. You spent $500 million of tax dollars of California tax dollars. All you got was 6,000 dead birds, a warmer planet. Well, you didn't cool the planet, that's for sure. And you needed natural gas to just stay open, and now it's shutting down. Once hailed as the biggest solar project, renewable, put us on a magazine project. How do you feel? Because if that was my thing, it's not, but if that was my thing, I'd be kind of upset. Because guess what? You can build a lot of roads with that money. You can do other infrastructure with that money. It's not sexy, I get it, but it sure does bring in businesses and make families feel safe and keep communities going. Just throwing that out there. But that's when you trust the folks, when you trust the people and not the government.
No, many people say that the oil lobbies would effectively kill this. No. Solar never was like.
Show me one that's good.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, why not develop kinetic energy and follow me on this?
You've been coming at it this week.
Look how many roads we have in this country. Like, we are covered in roadways, interstates, with constant traffic. Find a way to turn that into energy. There's got to be a way to do it.
All right, I guess this would be physicists. I don't know. Engineers. Call in 232-1542. Now, engineers, I know you know. Call in. We won't say you'll guarantee anything. How about that?
Look, we can make these little RFID tags that'll last 10 years.
Thank you.
We can't find a way to turn a light on for 10. Like,
thank you.
Now.
Thank you.
And these people putting all these solar panels on top of there. Until you develop a shingle that can absorb solar energy like a solar panel, I ain't putting that crap on my roof. It looks crazy.
Jimmy Carter put some on the White House. Ronald Reagan took them off.
Every federal building now, every base now has solar panels on all the base housing.
Hey, look, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Here's the thing. I don't think many people are against solar power. I think the market should let it roll, okay? Like, the market will fix it. If it's that great, the market will demand it. I mean, do we really need to go in supply and demand? I mean, I think folks get that. The elites get it. They just choose not to go there. I wonder why. Anyway.
Make it affordable.
Yes. But that will come from a natural standpoint. You see what I'm saying? Or a natural forces from the market. And that's where you get it. So, but hey, you know, what do we know? What do we know?
We don't know nothing.
You know what
I'm here talking about using the roads to
make kinetic energy. Stop thinking outside the box. This is how we've always done it.
I'm just saying, y'all can make all these cool materials that absorb energy and all this, then convert it.
I'm digging what you're saying. I was watching a documentary yesterday on kinetic. It's crazy you say that. Kinetic energy, and as it relates to armor on some of the like tanks and things like that. So interesting that you would have said that.
And even the trains, using the magnetic technology, energy efficient. You
know, the last time I checked, it was 2025.
They figured it out in Japan.
Hey, it's kind of like this. Now, I'm just going to throw something out there. All right. In some parts of our country, we get all this water and we have drainage problems. Then we got some parts of our country that need a lot of water. It's 2025.
Pipe it out.
I'm just throwing that one out there. Oh, and then the bureaucrats will tell us. See, I was in government. Jamie was in government. We know the bureaucrats will come at you and they'll tell you every reason why they can't do it, and then you just got to have the oomph to tell them. Go find a way to do it legally, ethically, and morally, and stop bothering me.
You know they have 5 Great Lakes in this country, 5 ginormous lakes that all sit kind of at the head of the Mississippi River.
I heard about that.
How is it possible that anybody would have water shortages down the Mississippi River? I'll never understand.
Yeah, I'm just saying these are things. We put 3 men on the moon in 1969 with less technology than boy. We got moon rocks. What are you talking about? That's from Grandma. That's from Grandma.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Phone lines are open. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. I see you out there, and I certainly appreciate you, that's for sure. Go join me and my friends over here. I'm looking at my screen. Over at rumble.com, you can look up the Josh Guillory Show. Really easy, no charge. Come join us.
No charge.
No charge. That's really good.
For this fella either.
Let's go to the phone lines, 232-1542, outside of the Acadiana area, 844-766-6607. Renee, what you got today, my man? What's up?
Well, one time you had one of your callers made the comment that, voters vote for bad politicians. They should suffer the consequences. Let them just burn. Like, Donald Trump trying to help these commie cities with the commie voting base that voted these commie elected people. But there's a problem being with that. These people, when their place crash and burn because they made dumb decisions, they're just going to move and come over here like the New Orleans people. They drowned out. They came and they went to all kinds of cities. Some of them brought their mayhem with them. The Californians, their place is about to sink. They're coming over here with their radical ideas that made them leave in the first place. So it's kind of better to kind of help, like in foreign international policy, help them where they're at so they stay there. It costs, but help them where they're at so they stay there and don't come over here with their stupid ideas.
Well, all right, hey, Renee, I will tell you this. That's a solid. I mean, hey, I don't, I'd have to hear a little more details, but I can see the point you're making. You help out. Basically, don't incentivize them to come over here too much. I get it. At least it's a point. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Who we got? Warren. What's up, Warren? What you got today? Bring the heat, my man.
Well, these Democrats, when they're in charge, they commit genocide. They bring in the fentanyl and kill people, sex trafficking, all the stuff they do to kill people. And then when they don't get their way, they're such poor, sore losers that they assassinate people. When is enough? It's time to put a stop and go after these people. It's incredible the stuff we're putting up with. It needs to stop. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, thank you, Warren. I think a lot of people sharing that belief. Jamie asked, man, where do we go from here? And I think that you just said you captured a lot of sentiment there that people are sharing. I would imagine, definitely. Speaking of sharing, go share your thoughts on Rumble and this chat. I am certainly appreciating that. Love it. All right, guys, let's go back to this. To our friends in California, to the
bird killers.
Yeah. So
6,000 birds a year.
6,000 man.
I was looking at this thing in the break.
What did the birds do to these lefties?
It's legit 3 ginormous mirrors on the ground, all angled to these little poles sticking out the middle of them.
Yeah.
And it focuses all the energy on the top of it like some sort of alien tractor beam. It's weird stuff. And you're telling me they didn't get that to work?
$2.2 billion.
UL
with the B.
UL installed that whole solar farm that's powering I think they said more than 10% of their active plant there. And you're telling me these guys in California couldn't figure out a $2.2 billion to generate some electricity?
Someone got paid.
God.
Someone got paid. Someone got paid.
I hope they bought a yacht or something.
So how about this? The project didn't fulfill its stated purpose, but I bet the taxpayers fulfilled our obligation of payment. How come that's not correlated? Hold on. We want 35% back.
No, that went up. That's a surcharge in their electric bills right now.
Man.
They're not going to see any money lost. They are going to put that back on the backs of the taxpayers.
The taxpayers funded it. This is all by grant.
Yep, and they're double funding it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So remember now, the project we're talking about, we keep saying Green New Deal. It wasn't part of the Green New Deal, but it's the same philosophy, this green Scam. Yeah, this was pre-AOC. This was pre-AOC, actually.
You remember this whole Solana energy thing too? Like he did this with multiple solar
absolutely.
companies. I think he was
But
on the
this
take.
one right here, though, was supposed to power California into some kind of renewable future. You see what I'm saying? But instead, it actually produced less energy than promised. It relied on natural gas just to keep it operating. I mean, it is anything further than that. And you could probably argue putting almost 175,000 doggone mirrors in the middle of one of the hottest places on Earth, probably not the greatest way to cool off the planet. And by the way, killing 6,000 birds a year. What in the heck did these birds do to you, greenies?
Well, they start with the windmills, turn into like bird salad, and now they're frying them.
Free the birds.
I bet they picking them birds up, delivering them through DoorDash. What Tony Dash?
All right,
making
guys.
money off of that too.
Yeah, man, I love it. All right, guys, stick around. We're gonna take a tiny little break. When we get back, we're gonna have so much fun. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very grateful host. And in studio with me still, he didn't go anywhere, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Well, isn't that special?
Yes. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live still over there in Rumble. Got a few more that joined. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And you can chat on there, but you can also see us, and you can see old archive shows as well. I think they call those podcasts. I don't know.
They call them something.
They call them something.
Previous episode.
Yeah. But go check us out. Rumble.com. Got some cool announcements coming too in the future. Very, 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 very soon to be announcements. All right. Let's move on to a different topic, a good one. So, good news coming out of our state. You know, sometimes a lot of times it's always so bad. And you know, I try not to be guilty of that. I mean, I'm always going to give you the news of the day. Try to pack as much as we can in 2 hours, but I think it's good when we have good things. So, let's see here. The Illuminator is reporting, Louisiana Illuminator, is reporting that Louisiana is one of 9 states now swapping voter rolls with Texas to prevent fraud and improve record accuracy. Now, I'm going to report what I read in this article and my general knowledge, okay? I think we need to learn a little bit more about it, but my initial gut was this is a good thing. You know, kind of making sure that one person votes one time and that they're actually American citizens and qualified to vote in our elections. I think that's good. That's the stated intent. That's what appears to be happening. And let's dive into it. So the partnership was announced by Kansas Secretary of State, Scott Schwab, who said that the data sharing agreement with Texas will help states identify duplicate registrations. Louisiana joins states like Alabama, Arkansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Now, under the memo, states exchange voter registrations data with Texas while following confidentiality and cybersecurity protocols, whatever that means. The goal here is, or the stated goal between these states, is to flag possible duplicate registrations or potential fraud. And that's with any cases referred to the proper authorities for investigation, of course, due process, things like that, or due diligence, apologies. Texas officials, they're emphasizing that the data cannot be shared with the federal government or third parties. All right. I'm just reporting. Some folks may have some questions on, well, what happens to the data? I get it. But overall, I'm liking the cooperation. I'm liking the more eyes on potential fraud, abuse. I like the idea of at the state level and working together again to see, hey, is this person registered in your state? I think that's such a novel idea. Very simple. And the agreement also comes, by the way, as some Republican officials resist turning voter information over to the Department of Justice. That's why they put an emphasis on not handing over the data to the federal government. Critics are already weighing in, as you can imagine. Some folks are not too happy. The ACLU of Kansas, boy, they are fired up, which previously sued over a similar program called Crosscheck. Well, they're arguing this new system risks privacy breaches and could result in eligible voters being wrongly flagged. How? Well, I guess by error. Okay.
Only in blue states.
Yeah. Oh, hey, hey, she may be right, or they may be right. Eligible voters. I don't know. Some of these states let illegal aliens vote. So I mean, no, they're eligible.
I'm sure none of the states in question in this transaction.
None of these. These are all red states.
But they have these things like the Association of Republican Governors or the Association of Democrat or the Association of Governors in general.
Yep.
Amazing if those groups would realize the power that they have if they would just, actually do stuff when they gather and convene and like
Yeah.
this. Like, this is a brilliant idea. And if more states would do stuff like this, guess what? You don't need federal involvement. You know?
No. When does the federal government come in and do something good? Outside its stated purpose in the Constitution. And hey, imagine this. A side note. We'll give this. Side note. With all the money we're spending, with all the federal employees we have, with all the energy and resources we're spending, what if? I'm just saying. What if the federal government only did what the federal Constitution says it's supposed to do? Man, can you imagine how strong we would be then? Keep us safe. All right. Then we might not care how much you spend in defense because you're just doing what the Constitution says. I mean, we would still care, but all right. Keep us safe. All that effort on border security. Huh? Think about it. Foreign diplomacy. Our federal government's role in our economy directly is so minimal by design, but that's on paper now. It's not the reality. So imagine if we did, just seriously ponder with that.
That $2.2 billion they spent on them mirrors, they could have built a lot of border wall with that.
Nowhere in there, nowhere in the federal Constitution does it say any of that.
No,
you can argue tax and spend clause, but that's not the intent.
But the states should be responsible for getting their own energy. Are municipalities not responsible for finding their own energy?
I would say, what's the state have to do with it? I mean, outside of like your rural areas and unincorporated,
your public service commission,
all that
stuff.
But
but that's what I'm saying. The feds should have zero because guess what? It's supposed to be.
Where are these county presidents?
Yeah.
Or commissioners or administrators?
Yeah, these public service commissioners.
Or those guys? Yeah.
Keep the feds out of our business. We shouldn't have a Department of Energy if we're all producing our own.
Whoo. Hey, I'll compromise.
Yeah.
You want to put us on, like, if the federal government wants to have, like, hey, look, we know at bare bone minimum, like, we got to do this because it protects people, but y'all do whatever you want within these parameters.
Right.
Cool. You can do that with an office of 20 people, but I said I would concede and say I would give you 50. All right? But I think that we could get it done with 20 people. Same thing, Department of Education, 20 people.
Yeah, but you need inspectors to inspect the inspection.
No, that's what they do now.
So you're saying we don't need the EPA?
We don't need the EPA, no. But I would be willing to compromise. You want to have a national standard? Like what the EPA, all right, what the EPA puts out may not be as bad as how it feels, meaning all the bureaucracy that comes from those rules, those administrative rules that really are laws, and how it's implemented by these little cubicle warriors that think that an ounce of power makes them feel like they're the freaking Wizard of Oz, okay? You like that?
I like it.
That's pretty good because they're behind the scenes, you know? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. The system's broke.
How did the EPA not protect those birds?
EPA! You're right. We're going to go protest. Free the birds in California. What them California birds do to them? Anyway. All right, guys, stick around. We're going to be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live from Rumble. Let me go see you over there at Rumble, rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. We certainly appreciate that. It's also Wednesday, means Wellness Wednesday, so phone lines are open.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to remember that. 232-1542. My little quiet friends, come on now. 844-766-6607. Maybe we haven't said anything that's been too feisty yet.
Oh, if they knew what we were talking about in the break.
Yeah, and you gave it some cred there. So Candace Owens been busy.
Look, I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't listened to Candace Owens,
we're going to go there.
I used to not.
We're going to go there.
But she's saying some things that'll make you think twice, maybe 3-4 times about this Charlie Kirk assassination and who is behind it and who's involved and some of the things that happened in the lead up to it. And I'm not one for conspiracies. You can ask Josh. I'm always like swatting those down. Michelle Obama's a woman. But yeah, I got some grave concerns about this Kirk assassination.
Yeah, hey, look, I was laughing at that one phrase.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
let the audience chime in.
Hey, what do y'all think? I mean, that's a serious topic, but what do y'all think?
You think Warren has a?
I mean, basically the theory is that the guy that shot him, or the guy that they're saying shot him, is not the guy.
It's not him.
Some people say it's not even a real person. Some people, and some folks are saying that it's a ricochet that shot him, that got him, like hit him in his. If you're looking at Rumble, there's one theory that the assassin shot Charlie, in the upper chest, and it ricocheted and got him in the neck. Other theories say that it's an inside job, and and that guy had nothing to do with it. I don't know.
You know what? We got to get Caleb in here one day to talk about this.
Yeah, maybe so.
He would be able to really kind of break down what a 30-06 can do and why there was no exit wound, so on and so forth.
Yeah. And what the doctor say? That wait, there was no exit wound?
There was no exit wound. They said it was a miracle. Normally this round would take down an elk or a moose, and Charlie Kirk's neck stopped it.
But you're saying that Candace Owens, who is absolutely grew up with Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie
dear
Kirk.
friend.
Yes, Turning Point USA, all the things, okay? I didn't realize she was talking about it like that.
Yeah, boy, that's where I'm getting this from. And it all started with Tucker Carlson. Tucker agrees. That she's shown some evidence of like a walkway under where he was speaking, a trap door right near where he was.
Wow.
Again, just if you get a chance, the Candace show,
Hey.
go check it out.
I mean, if you just look at our government, I mean, look in the 60s. It's like this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. We hope it doesn't happen.
Guess some things we'll never know.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to go check out Miss Owens' podcast. I'm gonna
Listen on your way home.
Yeah, I think I will. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the phone lines. Who we got? Warren, what you got, bud?
Well, they do have very different kind of bullets, and they got some that are rapid expansion, designed to expand their energy inside the, like what the police use and stuff like that. But I think the CIA is behind a lot of this. I think this is really deep, and they had a meeting the other night. I think Mr. Carlson was there, where they had to flee because the people are so mad about all these foreigners causing wrecks, and nobody will take an American person's word, but they'll take that foreigner's word. Even with cameras all around, they won't look at the cameras. It's just wide open, bending the people over and let the lawyers have at us. And the saddest part about it is, then you got to prove that you got insurance. It takes a policeman 2 seconds, and they give you a phone number that nobody answers, and you go down and wait at the driver's license bureau for 2 hours, and they say, oh, you can't do it. You got to come back. You call a guy with a state, the insurance company, and he can't get contact with nobody up there. It's swindling our government. They're dirty, rotten. This is not from the present administration. This is from John Bell Edwards. And, they're discriminating against the people that don't have computers. I'm blind. I can't see a computer. And they letting the foreigners go ahead of them. The Department of Corrections needs some correction. They're incorrect. And
all right, Warren.
We got to the time limit.
Wow.
All right. Hey,
I think
yeah.
he's talking about how there have been
Okay.
an unfortunate number of accidents involving illegal migrants or illegal aliens that have I know there was one story, I think yesterday or before, where a family whose child got injured in an accident with an illegal migrant, and the aftermath of that they're dealing with, it's just horrific.
Mm.
So yeah, he's right. We got to do something.
But
no, let's just kill the agents who are trying to
Yeah.
help stop this from happening.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's shift gears here. We're going to go to, are we having this conversation again?
What? Charlie Kirk still didn't apologize. Is that what you're asking?
Charlie Kirk.
I'm not Charlie
Jimmy
Kirk.
Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, you good.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. All right, so, shutting the government down. Now, listen, y'all don't tease me with this now. See, Republicans, y'all getting my hopes up now. You know, I feel like we might have the potential to shut this baby down. I'm getting excited. So, I want to remind everyone, you can go on Google, use the Google, and you could go find a national debt clock, and it is depressing. So you can see right now, spinning out of control is our national debt. All I'm saying is when these little microphone warriors start talking, and getting me all excited about a government shutdown.
They're getting you excited.
Yes, I want to create a calculator, but it goes backwards, and it shows us all the money we could save by a government shutdown. You see what I'm saying?
I think it would still be a waste of time because they're spending so much right now that even if they shut down, it'd still be spinning.
I'm just trying to make a point. So I think, but it might open some eyes.
I'm going to see if I can figure that out.
That'd
If
be
anything,
wonderful.
I am going to find a way to get the debt clock up on the screen somehow.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah,
Pull it up every once
our
in a
Rumble
while.
folks would definitely like that. Yeah, so don't tease me, Republicans, getting all talking to me about some fiscal responsibility, maybe. I don't know. Because remember, there's no government shutdown. Essential workers go to work. Military goes to do what we do.
But our veterans may not get our checks.
Yeah, they'll scare the heck out of us, though. They'll scare the heck out of us.
Give my dang check. Took my hips. I ain't taking my check. I want my pension.
So, the GOP and the Dems, they're headed to another standoff, as we said. Less than a week to go, and it always has to go down to the wire. But I want to go over a few things, though. So negotiations are stalling. We know that. Republicans are saying that they want a 7-week stopgap with spending cuts. All right, that sounds like old school Republicans. I like that. Cool. Democrats want what they call clean. You better watch when they start saying that. Clean extension, which means it'll protect Obamacare subsidies and rolls back GOP Medicaid cuts. That's their solution. So basically, spend more. Don't stop spending. Okay. President Trump has made it pretty clear he's not blinking. So if a shutdown happens, he's ready to make it, as he says, painful. We'll talk about that. Let me talk about that and some facts when we get back. How about that? Huh? That'd be pretty good. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Go look up the Josh Guillory Show on that platform. Very easy to find. You can also find us on our socials and my X page at Josh Guillory USA. All right, let's continue to discuss about this government shutdown. Scary. Don't tease me, Republicans. So here's the deal, because we talk about this a lot, and I thought it might help to actually talk about shutdowns and maybe how the debt's tied to it a little bit. So shutdowns happen when Congress doesn't pass a funding bill before the deadline. Nothing more, nothing less. Essential services stay open. My question to the government, especially the federal government, a government designed to be limited in power, if there's a non-essential worker, why are they there? Genuinely. That was the first thing we asked when all this COVID stuff happened when we were in government. Wait, non-essential employee? Well, if we have a non-essential employee, why is that position there if they're non-essential? Hey, business owners out there, how many non-essential workers do you have? 0, probably, because that is literally coming out of your pocket. But these happen. Shutdowns could happen. But it's all about passing a funding bill to do what's already passed. The damage is already done. But essential services stay open. But a lot of government goes dark. Federal workers get furloughed or work without pay until a deal is struck. That's what happens. Now, Republicans right now, they're united behind a short-term bill with cuts. All right, great. We love that. Would have loved to seen those cuts in the prior legislation. But hey, you know what? We always reward good behavior. So good. Yeah, short-term.
The cuts they promised us they would make.
Just saying. Democrats, again, are demanding subsidies, Medicaid expansions, and immigration carve-outs. So they're playing their own same little politics when it comes to this. Now, Trump has signaled, Trump has signaled he'll use every tool available, from shutting down federal offices to forcing Democrats to own the chaos. Now, that's a little politics there. I like policy, but anyway. Now, the national debt, as embarrassing as it is, as inexcusable as it is with so many conservatives in Congress, the national debt isn't what's driving this fight. The debt is long-term. Think that. Debt is long-term, okay? This battle is over whether Congress keeps writing blank checks for liberal priorities. That's what this fight is for. The Republicans, the GOP says, no, short-term bill, make these cuts, we'll figure it out. Democrats are saying, well, they're really just saying no. They're really just saying no. They're saying, no, we want to keep spending on all this stuff. That is essentially it. So here's the deal. Washington has spent trillions it doesn't have. And the American people are the ones left holding the bag. Now Democrats want even more subsidies and giveaways tied to keeping the lights on, basically. Really? We're gonna tie this long-term spending to a short-term solution, and it's the same thing that got us where we're at? No. Thankfully, Republicans are doing what Republicans should be doing. Now, if that means a shutdown, so be it. Like I said, don't you tease me, Republicans. But frankly, again, the government shutting down is for a few weeks, it probably would, it might, but it might actually show the most discipline fiscally that Washington has shown in years.
Well,
if they shut the government down for a few weeks, it really might show that, hey, we're serious about cutting spending. Now, I'm not talking about any of that retro pay stuff.
I just don't understand how the Clinton administration was more fiscally responsible than what we've seen the last 20 years. It's
a different Democrat. He's a different Democrat.
Different world we live in.
Yeah. I mean, the Clintons of the 90s are not the Clintons of today. The Democrat Party of the 90s is not the Democrat Party of today.
Absolutely right. But if you just piecemeal just take the Obama era crap that they funded, like this, Ivan Poe or Ivan Pa, whatever power station. Add all those together.
Yeah.
Subtract that from the we would have a much lower national debt now.
Oh, of course.
If not for these programs that were started under the Obama administration and carried through.
And it's not just the amount, not just the one-time expenditures. It's all the bureaucracy that goes with it. It's all the strings attached to the federal government. And even if you like the guy or gal in charge and you feel all warm and fuzzy about it, that opens up doors that do not close, that do not typically close. And you may not like the guy or gal that comes behind that person. That's why our founders were so smart, so wise in their thinking. Hey, you know what? This big thing, this big federal government, it really has a lot of power, and it should. And it should focus really all of its power here, here, and here. Keep us safe, keep the economy rolling. All right, cool. Can we do that? All right, great. Can we keep generally law and order and empower the states? Great. If we just did that. None of that stuff you're talking about is in the Constitution.
No, but
No, you're making your point.
You're 100% right. Yeah. And these things that they make these contracts to where they're unbreakable almost, or like almost impossible to get. Yeah. Kind of like a
but the contractors always get paid. Yeah. But the contractors always get paid. We always pay the bill, yet we don't always get the utility from the project.
Yeah. So me and my ex-wife, and this should have been a indicator. The day we got married, went to one of these timeshare presentations.
Hey, wait, the day you got married?
Yeah, it's a long. So we were in the military.
It was one of them.
Yeah, went to a timeshare presentation. What did I do? Signed up.
Yes.
And look, it took me years to get out of that thing. And that's
if you're getting out of timeshare.
Look, yeah, call Big Lou.
Big Lou's busy, man.
He's on timeshare number 2, and wife number 2, by the way. He can also get you some pills for help you get going. If you need Big Lou. We're gonna get Big Lou on the show one day.
Big Lou gets around. Him and I hope he doesn't meet Martha Jean.
That's probably wife number 1.
Oh.
Oh
man. Oh. Yes. So now let's talk about this though, about the government shutdown and all this stuff. All right. So the left and the media, they're going to scream. They're going to do the same thing they always do. Services are going to be cut off. Oh, we have no heart.
Not going to hurt me now.
All the things. They'll show closed museums and furloughed workers. They won't tell you that every one of those workers gets back pay. I'm not going to tell you that when all of it's over. They definitely won't admit that Democrats are the ones demanding more spending in exchange for a very basic budgetary movement here. This is not difficult. All right. Here's my question though. All the talks of fiscal responsibility, when we talk about government shutdown, and it doesn't matter, both of them say it, Democrat and Republican, where are those discussions the rest of the year? Like where
they're not politically relevant.
Of course not. That's why I'm saying none of these people care about the budget. And I asked this before, do we really care as collectively as a people? And I don't know that answer. I mean, I'd love to know that answer.
I don't.
I do. It bothers me.
It doesn't matter because they're going to spend whatever they want to spend.
Doesn't have to.
Neighborhood Grassman said, Big Lou is the man. You are right, Neighborhood Grassman. Josh, I've told you this before. What's the national debt matter? Does it? What's it matter? What's going to happen?
I see what you're saying.
We're just going to keep raising it infinitely. In 20 years, it'll be $1 quadrillion, and we're just going to be like, okay, let's just raise the spending cap.
Until it doesn't. Until it gives people a reason for war. Until it gives genuinely.
I hear you.
Until it gives other sovereign entities a reason to, attack us digitally or whatever. That's why we got to be careful how we deal with our currency. And I think something might be changing here in the next 50 years that might be important. I don't know. Something has to change. Our spending habits and maybe even how we take track of our own currency. I don't know. It's a different world we live in right now. And speaking of the Democrat Party in the 90s, okay? Now, I got to say this. I got to clarify. It's definitely not the party today that it was in the 1990s. It absolutely was. Would you agree with that?
100%.
But I like American history. I think it's more of the party of the 1890s, think it's more the part controlling people, that kind of stuff, suppressing the little guy. You know what I mean?
Fighting for the wrong things. That's for
Messing
sure.
with voting stuff. You know what I mean? It seems like the party of the 1890s. We might want to look at that. Like I keep saying, same slave master, different slaves. Go look at the Jim Crow era. Let me know. It wasn't Republicans pushing it. All right, guys, man, thank you so much for sticking around. I love this. Oh, my goodness. Hey, look, if you're in the Acadiana area for sure, but to all our listeners and viewers, be careful out there. May God bless you.